Ooh, what do we got? Dear Father, King Ivo greatly mourns the loss of his father. The funeral took place as soon as we arrived in Antown. Talos is sorely missed amongst the lords and advisors. Together with King Ivo, we prayed for justice for his father. They say he's in a better place now. The journey home helped King Ivo clear his head, and he realizes that the King of Davern, you didn't have anything to do with poisoning his father. Although you and King Ivo didn't part in the friendliest manner, King Ivo wishes to apologize for his words, but says that his advisors forced him to stand by his decision. King Ivo wishes to send you support, as his father promised, but his hands are tied until the royal trial is concluded. He counts on your quick investigation into the murder, which he believes you will prove your innocence. Yours, Ursulia. I suppose no one imagined Ivo taking the throne so soon. It's good that at least he knows I didn't poison Talos. We will need to convince his advisors and lords. They will need to see the murderer before they support sending their whole army to help Davern. We will find the one responsible, I'm sure. Let's ask Lucella something else.
That boy.
Very well, Your Grace. I will write a letter. We should anticipate a reply in a couple of weeks. Islanders lost again. Lovely. Lord Etten. Quite out creamy. I've heard what you need those spices for. Your Grace, I can explain. Oracle dust is far from dangerous. As far as I've been told, it has medicinal use, it has medical use, more than anything else. It's just an easy way to make some gold. It doesn't matter if you sell dust or not. It's going to get out to people anyway. If we're the ones selling it, at least we're the ones profiting. And you just pass it on. Don't trouble yourself with the people who use it. In fact, I could really use your help in this operation. In return, I will always be at your service. I have the location near Bell Toys that has some problems with the locals. Send an agent its way, and maybe you can give us a hand. Also, if anything out of the ordinary happens, then make sure I'm the first to know. We need to keep an eye on the other sellers. If anyone comes selling, make sure to buy a pack or two. I'll be able to double your earnings. If you do right by me, I will be sure to do right by you. I'll give you my men, gold, and supplies. I'll throw in some extra for your efforts. Alongside 230 men, I will throw in my hounds. They're deadly and precise, and Radomans won't know what hit them. Oh, and I think I just remembered something of that night Talos died. I'd had a fair bit to drink at this stage, so everything was a bit kind of blurry, but I did see someone in the gardens that night when I was watering flowers. If you haven't already, you might want to poke around in there. So you're welcome, Your Grace. I don't know, Eric. Probably someone who's interested in animals or creatures, shall I say. That would be all. Etten's offer is very officer. We can certainly use his hounds and an army in battle, but as promising as trading dust sounds, it could cause problems later. If we decide to help Elton, we be sure that Loras will cancel his offer of an army. We should help Etten. So now I'm a drug dealer. I am such a good king. I am a drug dealer now. I'm a drug dealer who pimps out his daughters. I am a pretty bad person. Pretty bad person. Alright, let's talk to Lady Elida. I have heard that Lena has made you a proposition. I must say it's good that you haven't agreed to it, Your Grace. But do not make the mistake. Do not accept her offer. This marriage cannot happen. It seems to me that you don't know of the curse that plagues Lena's family. What curse? They say that if her son does not participate in the act of marriage before his 20th spring, he will fall asleep and never wake up. There's That's why Lena is desperately looking for someone to marry her son, to lift the bane. Problem is, you can't completely get rid of it. If your son gets married, it is said that the spell will move on to the bride, and she will die the following night. Are you willing to risk this? Thank you for the information. You're most welcome. I would strongly reconsider Celia's marriage arrangement, though. I will consider your advice, sure. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's Pietro again. I've stayed in the woods waiting for 3 weeks, but now I know. You don't know what you're talking about. Sir, this is all just happening in your head. No one is trying to harm you. You need to calm down. She's a cat. Of course she would. No, that's a lie. Wait, why am I here? I better go now. I can leave, right? What to do, what to do. Jeez. Oh, let's talk to my daughter. Az, what are you doing here with this brush? Mother made me sweep all the corridors. Why? What did you do this time? Nothing. Az, tell me what you did. Nothing, I swear. Your mother will tell me what you did if you don't. I had better start sweeping before she finds me. Your Grace, I hear the wedding was a right feast. I mean, apologies for my impoliteness. My condolences to King Thales. I'm sure he will be missed. Thank you, I'll pass them on. My family has just moved to the capital. We have a house, but our garden isn't big enough. It can barely fit our horses. We'd like a bigger house with a big garden and a beautiful front porch. For us simple farmers, that's an expense that we can never afford, but for a king, it's probably nothing. It would only cost a fraction of what you paid for the wedding dress, Your Grace. 25 gold. No! I don't have gold to waste on your new house. If you want it, you can work for it. The castle gold is reserved for people in need. You better leave before I have my guards take you out. So, you spend that much on a dress your daughter wore once, but you can't help your people with a new house? You could buy half the village with just the gold from that dress. I knew that dress was going to come back and haunt me. I'll make sure everyone knows about this. How much favor did I lose? Did it show? Didn't show. My name is Olivia, Your Grace. I come from the forest. I'm the leader of a cult of trees in the western woods. I know I'm probably not welcome here, but you are my last hope, Your Grace. I have asked all the neighboring villages for help, but they despise my god. In the middle of the forest, we have a sacred oak, and because of all the recent rains, the area around it is flooded. A stream of water keeps running all over its roots. We have tried to stop the water, but we don't have the appropriate tools. Our people need this tree to pray to, Your Grace. Without it, they are depressed and sacred. I can't bear to see them so helpless. Please help us, Your Grace. I'll send the general. I don't have the general to send. Alright, I'll give him gold. I have a feeling I'm going to get a good reward for that. Your Grace, a traveling merchant here. I'm selling rather exclusive wares if you're interested. Soap, perfumes, books, decoration, whatever your royal may desire. Something touching items is far more delicate merchandise, though. I have a knack for these things, am I right? I'm listening. Oh, how fantastic. You see, I have something very precious here. Satisfaction of the most disillusioned pleasure seekers. Some say it's a perfect cure for when you don't feel particularly inspired. Others may use it purely for recreation. It's very good, generally, if you're going through a bad spell, Your Grace. I have 1 pack of dust for just 14. I don't have the money. Could have used that money now. Could have used that money. Alright, let's check the gardens, because they said that there might be a clue there. Crack. So I need to find something to lift this? There's too many puzzles in this game. It's ridiculous. Bed chamber. Darling. You made her sweep all the corridors in the castle? This must have been serious. Oh, Eric, she is behaving worse as she grows up. She convinced one of our servants to practice sword fighting with her. Oh, gods. It didn't end well. The servant ended up with a huge cut on his cheek. You shouldn't have let her play with swords, Eric. I know we shouldn't have, but I feel that if I'd said no, she'd still do it in secret. I know, Eric. We need to pay more attention to her, especially now that Lulu is not here. It turns out he is trading Oracle Dust and wants my help with it. Lord Lurs doesn't approve of the business. He thinks it's bad for people. Both of the lords have promised to lend us their armies if we help them. But really, I don't know what to think about. Well, do you really think that selling dust is bad for people? We could make some extra gold, which we can use to help people in need. I mean, I hear the god servants use it, but I'm sure it's fine. After the War of Thordovia, if things start going wrong, we can always stop supporting it. Thank you, sweetheart. I guess it's worth thinking about. It's fine, dear. Let me know if you need anything, discuss anything else. So I really haven't found anything. So we're going to invite Etten and tell him that we are going to work with him. We should be good. We'll advance a week. We're up to 7 gold. Week 14. The craft will flourish, no man can stop. In the middle of the night we shall meet, for the dust spreads fastest in a sandstorm. Can you make any sense out of this, Audrey? I'm afraid just as much as you, Your Grace. Something tells me it has to do with Oracle Dust, though. We should pass this letter on to either Lurs or Etten. It's your call, Your Grace. Your Grace, I have found the bandits. They were quite the bunch, drinking away in the forest nearby. I let the villagers deal with them. I'm ready for our next orders. Alright, do we get happy people from that? Lord Etten. I found this message. Ah, perfect. Alright, so I need to send the dust, the oracle to him. I need you to buy and bring me an oracle dust when you find, right? Alright, that was actually good timing. Your Grace, I come from the tavern. The business was going so well, but lately I've had some troubles, and it's all getting out of hand. The tavern became a great place for everyone to gather and have a good time. But some local pander saw an opportunity to use this to find my customers. At first it was fine, just some girls lurking around every now and then. Now the tavern has turned into a brothel. People are only visiting for the girls. Although my sales have gone through the roof, I've got to say, it attracts customers. But the panders essentially took over my tavern, and they cause all sorts of trouble, as you can imagine, Your Grace. Almost every week I have to deal with these disrespectful, violent men. I'm scared they will soon take over the tavern completely and leave me with nothing. On the other hand, if I kick them out, they will just relocate to another pub. I'll lose all my customers and we'll have to close down. If you throw these people out, you'll risk having to close down your tavern. You should try to work them with things you can both profit. That's a good point, Your Grace, but these men are horrible. They really don't want to treat women very well. I don't want to support them unless there is a way I can control the situation. Why don't you hire your own guards? I could, Your Grace, but they are very expensive. My sales did go up, but not nearly enough to cover the full-time guards. I can't give him any money, so I'm sorry. I guess kick him out. I can't really send the general. I can't help. I'm sorry, buddy. I need money. Your Grace, one of the nearby lords has committed suicide. Oh, great. I believe it was Picho. He jumped down from the bridge into the river. Some children found him floating past the village. They got quite scared. He left this note. Let his family know they can count on us if they need anything. He didn't have anyone, Your Grace. Thank you for the information. I don't know who it was that kept following me, and I cannot take living in fear anymore. I hope you are happy that I'm gone, whoever you are. That's terrible. I wish we could have helped him. Your Grace, I come with a special request to turn Stabber into a prince. I need to lift his curse. I've researched more into it. I think you're the youngest one of us who could read, Sedani. Well, I make Danica read it for me. I already love him as hard as I can. I squish and tickle his tummy all the time. But now I need to make him rich. If my lunatic daughter wants me to give the frickin' hedgehog money, I'm gonna pimp her out to someone. Your Grace, may I please request one piece of gold? I'll pay it back. Fine. The things you do for your children. All right. Let's go to the council chamber again. Let's check a look at the table. Okay, that did nothing. Let's invite this fella. Let's send our general here. Let's close the map. Let's advance a week. Oh, I'm losing gold now. Alright, that's 19. I'm losing money. I'm hemorrhaging money right now. Hemorrhaging money. Because that stupid wedding dress. Dear Eric, I hear that I'm already too late to marry your daughter. We had some struggles, but we'll be ready within 14 weeks. I believe we can explore other options, and I hope that you will keep your promise. Baron, the King of Redonia. They know they will come to get another daughter. 14 weeks. That's too soon. We need to gather an army. We need to make alliances and hope Iva will help us. 14. What the fuck? You're awake. You gave us a big fright indeed. 14 weeks. We need to make allies prepare for battle. Calm down. You're fretting worse than me. Everything is going to be fine. We have plenty of time to prepare. The doctors say you're worrying too much. If you were younger, it wouldn't be too much of a concern, but at your age, you are more prone to the effects. You need to take care of yourself. How can I do that? We have to prepare for battle. We have an army. Yes, that we must. But you need to keep calm. Everything will be fine. Go on now. You still have work left to do. You're right. I'd better get on with things. Go through the door. Why do you have so much trouble going through these doors? Alright, back to the throne room, please. I wanted Tauros. I'm a little upset about that. Your Grace, I hope you are fine. I'm feeling a little better, yes. Did anything happen while I was gone? No, everything's the same. About the letter. We need to focus on gathering as many allies as possible in the next weeks. Invite lords and see how we can make alliances with them. While we are doing that, we should also focus on the royal evidence items in the royal trial. Magikarp! Welcome in, buddy. No Pokemon tonight, unfortunately, but I still have Haunter in my heart. Question lords and see if any of these things lead us to the killer. I don't mean to cause you stress, but we only have 14 weeks. Of course, Audrey. I agree, we shouldn't get distracted with petty matters. Let's get to it. Let's talk to our general. Lord Etton's wares were successfully protected, just as you requested, Your Grace. Let's talk to Jovan. Lord Jovan, Your Grace. My condolences about Talia's death. I've heard about Redovia. I will help you with them. 120 men will be at your command. I will also give you 5 gold, but only if Sir Frederick joins your ranks. I wouldn't want to upset him. Who's Sir Frederick? Battle for Brianna? You must have heard. He led the defense force, repelled an army 5 times bigger. My superior officer, I served under his banner. Although it's been many years, we keep in contact, we train together. Recent years haven't been so easy for him, I must say. Thank you, Jovan. I'll send a pigeon right away. Not to worry, Your Grace. I'm sure Sir Frederick will help. It's just a formality. I found this in my wine cellar. Can you tell me anything about it? You have an extensive library, Your Grace. Don't you have a bestiary you can look at? I don't think we keep any bestiaries in our library. So far I'm a good king so far. I did pimp out a daughter to get an army, and that army kind of did not come through. I also don't buy houses for my people, because I don't think that should be my responsibility, but people are not happy about that. I don't. I think someone who has personally dealt with a lot of animals would know more about this tooth. Alright. Let's talk to this peasant. This is the drunk guy who I gave money to last time. Unfortunately, I do not have enough money to give him this time. He's a drunk. We'll talk to this peasant. Your Grace, I have come to tell you the water from the oak has cleared. Our people hadn't prayed or confessed in weeks. Oh, they are so happy now. I brought you something small as a gift. It's a bouquet made of the oaken fallen leaves. I saved them from last year. It will bring love and luck to your throne room. Well, thank you, I think. I hope it really does. I'll just leave it by the window. Well, let's hope it brings luck. Your Grace, a traveling merchant here. Ugh, I still don't have money. Your Grace, I bring you special thing of magic splendor. It is worthy of a royal. No one else deserves this magnificent being. Your Grace, I present to you my magical cock. Oh boy. Don't let your eyes fool you. This ain't a regular cock, Your Grace. This cock has been enchanted. It can tell a lie from the truth, Your Grace. And when it senses a lie, it will voice its disapproval. I believe it would be a real asset in your throne room. It'll help you lead better than any advisor. See, I'm no liar. The cock stays quiet. How can I be sure this thing works? Try it yourself, Your Grace. Tell a lie or the truth. Oh, I need that money! That would have made things so much easier if I had that damn rooster. Mother effer. I need money badly. Hemorrhaging money at this point. Hemorrhaging money. Oh, I'm down to 2 gold.